This morning I am mowing down a clover cover crop. We seeded this clover into our wheat back in March. It just kind of hung low underneath the wheat until harvest, and then after that it grew like crazy. You can see it's a good looking crop of clover, really nice and thick. So I'm mowing her down today. This machine I'm using is called a flail mower. If you could see underneath, you'd see why. It's a bunch of metal flails that spin at high speed and just chop the crop off. I wouldn't exactly use it in my lawn, but it does a nice job for this kind of application. So I'm mowing it down just to try to get it to decay quicker in the spring is the hope. The clover will die most likely just because of the winter. But by mowing it down, hopefully it'll be closer to the soil, pick up some of the microbial activity that's going on at the soil level, and it'll rot down faster. You can see the kind of the brown weeds that stick up. That's mare's tail. That's one of our biggest problem weeds that we have right now. And there's a fair bit of it out here, you can tell. But if we hadn't planted clover here, if we hadn't planted clover in this field, it would just be solid mare's tail unless we come out and sprayed it 2 or 3 times after wheat harvest. But there's been no chemical on this field since last year, I guess. Before the wheat would have been planted. So it's not 100% weed control, as you can tell, but hopefully the clover will continue to kind of choke some of it out going into spring, and then it'll be corn next year, and the mare's tail shouldn't come up in the corn at all. Well, that's all I'm doing. I'm gonna leave this strip in the field. Dad wants it left for wildlife cover and food through the winter, and I want to see how it differs from the stuff we mowed as far as how it breaks down over winter and comes out in the spring.